young kid is addicted to phone, it is because he is seeing someone using it. You learn through imitation. Study knowledge from general perspective. They don't study knowledge from specific perspective. So India as a country is not working only on constitution. India as a country is working on the moral fabric of its family is telling us to use it. They are saying don't use it, but they themselves are using it. So
hi everyone, this is Samira here. Welcome to the News Radar. Today we have among us an educationist, Mr. Gulshan Gurdas, to talk about various issues. He is known for his innovative approach in shaping the career paths of the youth. Hello sir, welcome to the platform of the News Radar. Sir, in this era of digitalization, how can we make the best use of digital platforms for education?
See, first of all, we need to understand what do you mean by digital platform and for what purpose you are using digital platform. Okay? For a student who is in class 12th, the digital platform that needs to be used or the technology, the IT technology that needs to be will be different from a student who is preparing for a competitive exam. If we talk from the perspective of government, then there are a lot of MOOCs, massive online courses that are offered by Government of India. Then if you look at, there are a lot of courses nowadays after COVID being so prevalent. There are a lot of courses that are being offered by Harvard and Stanford, Cambridge, which are online. Digitization, digital platforms are the way forward, but it is in terms of achieving an academic degree, but it cannot be, according to me, it cannot be a replacement for the offline teaching that you do. It is a value add. It is a value add, we can say value add services to the actual teaching that is, because the main motive of education is overall development of an individual. And when we say overall development, we mean to say from intelligence to emotion, to physical development, to social development, to technological development. But when we talk from the perspective of only digitization, then it is only from the learning perspective. That you are only making an individual learn something that you want to transfer to that individual. So digitization is good, but it should be used in a minimal fashion to have an effectiveness.
Sir, as we all know, the competition is fierce and it is making the students frustrated. How can the students face this competition?
So you have used the word competition. Charles Darwin theory talks about survival of the fittest. So it exists in nature. It is not something new, but because of the pressure, because of the demand and supply gap between the jobs that students are looking at and the number of students who are giving that exam, there is a level of competition. B, there is a difference in skill set. Every student who passes out from a college or from a school or is a postgraduate is having different skill set.
Sir, as you've talked about skills, do you think the new education policy will work on developing the skills of the students?
Of course, Indian government have actually come up with your skill program, different skill program. In fact, in this budget also, Government of India is going to give stipend to 47 lakh students. 47 lakh students just to enhance their skills. 47 lakh students. What would be their modality? They have not come out of it, and they are going to create 10 international centers of skills in India, where a student can enhance his skills and can become a globally ready employee.
So there are so many temptations and distractions around us. Can you please give some tips for
temptations like?
So mobile, the biggest distraction.
It is not a temptation. Everything that comes to us comes from our family. I personally feel if a student or a young kid is addicted to phone, it is because he is seeing someone using it. You learn through imitation. You learn through imitation. So you see someone and then you learn it. So you are taking my interview, I am going to learn a lot of things from you, and you might learn few things from me. You are going to imitate the same things. You will use the same terminologies also somewhere else, but I will use the terminology that you have given me. So imitation is learning. Now this temptation is because the basic grassroots of ours, that is our family, is telling us to use it. They are saying don't use it, but they themselves are using it. So the actions are different and what they are saying is different. Hindi में संस्कृत में बोलते हैं mana चिता vasa. So what you feel, what you think, what you say and what you do should be in sync. If it is not in sync, then your decision making is poor. So our parents or some parents would be saying, oh, don't use mobile phone, but themselves are using it. So the problem is not kids, but the parents. And parenting is, according to me, is the biggest issue in India right now. It is not even education, because the first school is family. So parenting is challenging.
Tips on time management, how to overcome this addiction of mobiles.
You cannot avoid it. It's as simple as that. We need to learn how to use it effectively. The word addiction is wrong. When you are using it for a fruitful output, then it is not addiction. Then it is usage of technology for betterment. So your first question was digitization. Digital, that is nothing but mobile. Mobile is nothing but moving, talking, TV. In times to come, in 5 to 10 years time, mobile phone will not be there. It will be artificial intelligence. You will not be sitting with me. Someone else will be asking me a question from where I don't know. Everything will be artificial intelligence based. So technology changes with time and we need to adapt ourselves to the technology. We should not be following the technology as addiction. I don't see it from the perspective of addiction. Today's discipline is how and when and where to use mobile phone or any technology per se.
So parents, they pressurize their children to go for government jobs. Is it right, or some other career fields should also be explored?
So you're questioning parents. So your parents are pressurizing you. No, see, it depends upon culture to culture. Himachal as a state have its own culture. Maharashtra have its own culture. Kerala have a different culture. There are 5 to 6 states predominantly in India which looks at government jobs. Not every state looks at government job. There are certain states where you have, like Gujaratis. You will ask a Gujarati, you want a government job? No, I want to become a businessman. So you look at Ambani's, you look at Adani's, businessmen. You look at Tata's, Maharashtra, Bombay, Gujarat, they are Parsis, businessmen. So it's about culture. In Himachal, because we don't have a economic base to make money, that's why we push our kids, our family members towards government job, because we are looking at economic stability. And Himachal, if Himachal's economy is stable somewhere, it is just because of the government jobs. You will find a lot of people working in the Indian Army, and we have developed our economy from government jobs. So it's a culture. So cultural change takes time. Acceptability takes time. So it's not that parents are pushing, they are educating us from what experience they have got in their lives.
So after 12th and graduation, students go for entrance exams where knowledge is tested. So is this general knowledge being promoted aggressively in schools or not?
First of all, the term general knowledge is incorrect. Knowledge is never general. Knowledge always moves from general to specific. Most of the students are not able to clear exams because they study knowledge from general perspective. They don't study knowledge from specific perspective. So when we study, when we try to learn things specifically, then we will move. And as far as you have said about competitive exam, that is the basis, that is the benchmark how we evaluate our students after 12th, after graduation, after post-graduation. So there is a benchmark that have been set and we have to follow it. Maybe in times to come there might be something else, but today's benchmark is that you have to give competitive exam And as I've told you earlier also, you need to be best among the best.
About moral values, sir, they are lacking in majority of the younger generation. Do you think it should be promoted since the early age?
Moral values are not lacking. It has been suppressed. We are from a land of sages. Moral values is in our blood. But the thing is that because of more economic empowerment, moral values have come down. We evaluate people on their economic success. You will not find many people who will leave their high paying jobs and will do certain things which are morally correct. Because economic importance have come up, moral values have been suppressed. अभी हमारे लिए सब कुछ पैसा है, सभी लोगों के लिए. अभी whether we like it, we disagree with it, but moral values सभी में है, सभी में है. और हम उस चीज़ को जहाँ ज़रूरत होती है वहाँ पर दिखाते हैं. इंडिया जो कंट्री है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बोलते हैं, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन लॉ है, बट इंडिया एज अ कंट्री इज नॉट वर्किंग ओनली ऑन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इंडिया एज अ कंट्री इज वर्किंग ऑन द मॉरल फैब्रिक ऑफ इट्स. कोविड हुआ, सच अ ह्यूज कंट्री, एवरीवन हेल्प्ड ईच अदर. नो वन सेड कि भैया तू सामने वाले की हेल्प मत कर. Everyone tried to help each other in the fashion that they could. So there are moral values, but we take time to take it out.